They have kept some rooms if somebody wants to go in
Thank you. Take it to the name. Loyalty to
Godavari. Final event Godavari common room. So that's the third hostel. Yeah, that's it. 2 weeks. Miriam is in Godava. Sharon, Miriam, both are in Godava. Oh, Sharon is coming. Where did she go? Shweta.
the same year.
All three of us are back. He is a new member. All us.
What is the next hostel project?
We still have some hostels to run. We have to raise money for Narmada, Tapti, Krishna, Sharama.
In the bomb.
The minimum we need is at 1.6 to start with the toilet. 1.6. Each toilet is, I don't know what we got. 40, 50. Narmada also is around that same level. That's the class, you can go in. The class, JK was asking, 75 is
Inside that?
and we have put the door no class. The class of 90 is only Satyendra is there. What about Ujjwal? That's right, but where is Ujjwal? Rohan. Call him now. No, go down. This side.
Krishna blood Godavari.
Tiram nana terba. லைவ் பண்ணுறது உள்ள கேமரா தனி லைவ் பண்ணுறவங்க தனி கேமரா தனி ஃபுல் கவரேஜ் கேமரா வரும். ஒரு கல்யாணத்துக்கு கேட்குறாரு கேமராவை பொறுத்து சார். நீங்கள் எத்தனை கேமராவை போட்டீங்க, எத்தனை ஸ்டில்லு வீடியோ ட்ரோனு போடுவாங்க, ட்ரோன் இல்லாமல் வரும், கேண்டிட் வீடியோ இருக்கும், கேண்டிட் ஃபோட்டோ இருக்கும், ட்ரெடிஷ்னல் வீடியோ, ட்ரெடிஷ்னல் ஃபோட்டோ எல்லாமே வேணும். எல்லாமே ஆமாம், எல்லாமே வேணும்னு ஒரு பேக்கேஜ் இருக்கும்.
They've gone to KCB. Yeah, you should have gone to that. I didn't know what it was. Yeah, but we didn't know that. Sure.
சார்ஜே ஃபுல்லு அப்படியே போட்டு வந்துட்டேன். ரிப்பன் கட் பண்ணும் போதெல்லாம் கேமரா ஆஃப் ஆகிடும். இந்த பக்கம் ஏறி தெரியும் அவங்களுக்கு தானே லெவல் இருக்கும். அதனால் லெவல் வச்சு அவங்க தான் அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும்.
ஓட்டிட்டாங்க இந்த தடவை ஓட்டும் போது கவனிக்காமல் அதே சிவா சார்
வெறும் ட்ரெயினை வச்சு கிளாஸ் வைக்க மாட்டீங்க. அதில் கிளாஸ் தானே போடுவீங்க.
சார்
லைவ் போயிட்டு எவ்வளோ நேரம் முடியுது? சரியாக போயிடுமா? நீங்கள் அப்பப்போ பேனர் போட்டு விட சொல்லுங்க. முடிய முடியாது எவ்வளோ நேரம்.
யாருண்ணா
போயிட்டு
அவங்க தான் எடுத்துருவாங்க எடுக்கலாம்.
salary pursue taxes.
And you're staying here, right? Is it better now?
ICU sir. ICU sir. Come on. Science research.
ஸ்டாண்ட் எடுத்துன்னு வந்துருக்கலாம். லைவ் போயிட்டு இருக்கான் காமிக்க சொல்றாரு. லைவ் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிட்டார்.
Thank you.
Professor David
Hello sir, how are you?
All three of us. Exactly from our academy. பேர்லாம் அதிகமாயிட்டு நான் couple of vacations.
now 22.
Yeah, 22. Exotic names are there. Including girls. Yeah.
Including girls 22.
There is Shabarimali ashram.
It's okay. Join us.
நான் சும்மா தான் இருக்கேன். அவன் மனசு கேட்க மாட்டேன்.
நீங்க லைட்லாம் இருந்தது போட்டு விடுங்க. அவ்வளோதானா? வரும் ஒரு லைட் ஃபுல்லாக பேக் லைட்டாக இருக்கு. வருது நான் சுவிட்சு என்ன போட்டேன்.
So is there a lot of competition between Ganga and Kaveri? Oh, yeah.
Lot of.
So what kind of fights did you play?
Oldest alumni.
Rocket fights. Oldest building? 75.
No, 92. 92 Ganga.
I wrote the propulsion engineer.
Godavari.
Oldest Ganga. Yes. Longest. Okay, all of you come. So, okay.
Sir, please look here. Sir, look here, sir.
Yes.
Look here.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
We'll go in here today.
So we have to fill it up.
So we are starting a program where students come to know all of the alumni generosity that they enjoy and take for granted.
Yes.
We're making a set of videos that say, look, you wake up till you go to sleep. These are all the touch points where there's been some generosity that's helped.
Okay. Come. Come all of you, sir. Saji. Yes, sir.
Kavi.
Please come. Please come.
Come, JK.
Sir, please join me. Come.
Sir, please join.
Mono. On behalf of all of you, I'm feeling it. Yeah, please come, sir. Please come.
Somebody can.
Yes, 1, 2, 3.
Sir, can I take one photo, sir? Sir,
Yeah,
please,
sure.
Come, sir.
Sir.
Sir, ready, sir? Ready, sir?
David.
Sir, please look here, sir. Thank you.
Can you see that David?
He's outside.
David? Yes, yes. Following that. Yeah. Talk. Come, you can visit this. Sorry.
This is the best. I know. I lived 3 years in that school there.
So there was a small pond here. Okay. There was a small pond.
Yeah.
It had a lot of algae. And anybody who gets a foreigner bit,
Particularly on Holi. For Holi, that was where they used to
not only get foreigner bit. I have come and immersed 4-5 minutes.
No, I didn't see.
Yeah, no.
Protection. No, that is protection.
There are a lot of kids play football. No. This is for monkey protection. We raise some very big things. Finally, they come to some other solution.
He was my neighbor in this room.
Oh, is it? Where was the contact? So, these salmon council of full layers. So, we'll go to one room. Each vice chairman.
So all of these
new
flooring and bathrooms are all redone. Right? So these steps are never there.
That is always jumped down.
One jump down, you are ready to go. So for the second and third year, I was the SAC secretary. Amenities center. That was that room. Hey, are you an occupant of this room? Which year are you in? Generally, you keep your room like this always.
That's why we selected it for he was prepped. Was he prepped?
No, he says he was not prepped. He says he was not prepped. So I'm going to stick to that.
Shocking.
That was part of the prepping and so
the product demo.
correct.
This is the most important space. People want to know what happened to the toilets.
So all of this sort of redoing this whole thing, redoing hostel and ventilation.
Also very important. Actually, we clean it 4 times a day. And any time you want that this. Each hostel this is also
orange feedback.
So you can, if it is leaking, then immediately you can laminate. So you can basically give your feedback immediately. And if it is leaking, immediately you go.
Speaking message can be sent faster.
Yes, very good. Hello. Really? How the rest? Continue driving. Nice. How are you? Nice boy. David, Mistral வந்துட்டா அடுத்து என்ன எவ்வளவு வேணும்? Thank you.
போட்டோ எடுக்கிறாங்க ஜமுனா.
Come friends. Okay. Sir? Sir? Ready sir? Sir? Okay sir. Smile sir. Sir smile sir.
On the side.
Take sir. Come sir.
Okay.
Thank you sir.
Within a matter of 5 hours, it's a
Walk across Ramachandran. I was here, sir. I was mostly a day ski. Okay. Of inauguration of the renovation thing. So all the guys said, no, you better do something because every time you come in and you mess up our rooms. And you must have had a room. I had a room in the first room. Okay.
So as you know, these hostels are all built after
We are now considering what to do.
Shri?
Yes, sir. I'll wait for you.
Oh, is this your house?
Sir, please sit here, sir.
No, you know, that's right.
Sir, please sit here.
David, come, all of you.
Sir, look here.
Yes, 1, 2, 3. Come, please.
Board.
Light down. Right photo. Come, please. Start.
Sir, ready?
So you're no, that's not
come sir, sir, little bit.
Okay.
Sir, come sir. Thank you, sir.
So all hospitals have these vending machines.
Ganga is a very sportsy hostel. Kids play a lot of
PS, the family of PS senior is there.
My daughter wrote her exams there.
Can you take a picture of
Right.
I'm one picture at we'll share it.
Yeah, you can.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I know.
Sir, I belong to you must accept Sir, after which I asked her to help you, now we have to raise money for Sharavati. We have decided in the way we will pick one. So go after her. Final is common room. This common room is 18.
ரொம்ப கீழே கத்துது. இவர் எப்படி வருவார் இப்போ? நானா
Sir, okay? Done. 1, 2, 3. Press. Thank you. Please go on the... Ready, sir? Sir, okay, sir? Please, okay, sir?
Quickly go see the back.
Just get to relax, watch some amenity and some table. Music room.
This is where you want your teachers.
Oh yeah, that's true. I am Mohammed. Oh, every time, every paragraph of a case you told me.
Yeah, like 1 out of 5 times. I
love it. But the Indians are born national friends. Big problem.
This is the reason they say
கேமரா ஆஃப் பண்ணி ஆரம்பிச்சு.
Check, check. I would like to extend a very warm welcome and a pleasant afternoon to everyone present here. I am Shweta Venkat from the Office of Alumni and Corporate Relations, and I will be your MC for the day. We would like to begin this moment with reverence. I request you all to kindly stand up for the invocation.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ்பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் மதில் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரிதனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே. வந்தே மாதரம் வந்தே மாதரம் சுஜலாம் சுஃபலாம் மலயஜ ஷீதலாம் சஸ்யஷ்யாமலாம் மாதரம் வந்தே மாதரம் शुभ्रज्योत्स्नां पुलकितयामिनीं फुल्लकुसुमितद्रुमदलशोभिनीं सुहासिनीं सुमधुरभाषिनीं सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम्.
Kindly remain seated. Thank you very much. I now request Professor Mahesh Panchagnala, the Dean of Alumni and Corporate Relations Office, to please come forward to deliver the welcome address.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for coming. It's a little hot, but I want to thank all of you that have made the effort to come here this morning. I want to start by welcoming the group from Indomim, Krishna Jr., Shri, Ravi, Shiv, and of course our friend Shankar, and all of our engineering unit and hostel CCW office, as well as the people from my office. It's a delight to be here to inaugurate 3 renovated hostels on one day, Ganga, Jamuna and here Godavari. This is a testament to what alumni can do for their alma mater back after, to make the lives of the students that are coming through the pipeline that much more pleasant and that much more rewarding for for the times to come. I want to, in particular, thank Dr. Krishna Chivukula. He is not able to be here in person. He is in Florida. I'd like to send our gratitude to him through this medium. Also, Krishna Chivukula Jr., who is here on behalf of both Indomim as well as the family. Thank you very much for coming out, sir. It's a delight to have you. Dr. Krishna Chivukula has been a long-time supporter of many different initiatives at IIT Madras, a very dedicated and a distinguished alumnus of IIT Madras who has built a one-of-a-kind company that does metal injection molding, sitting right here in Bangalore and Tirupati and exporting to all of the world. So people like him who not just create value for themselves but to the society at large, but also have an aspiration to give back and improve the lives of students. Those are our role models. Thank you very much, Dr. Casey and the Indomim family for helping with this cause. It's a delight to have you all here again. Welcome, and I look forward to the afternoon.
Thank you so much, sir, for the warm words of welcome. We now have Professor V. Kamakoti, Director of IIT Madras, to kindly address the gathering.
Continuing where Mahesh left, again a very hearty welcome to all of you to the campus. Very delighted to see 3 hostels getting renovated and inaugurated today. The new renovated hostel with a lot of facilities. And we constantly and continuously try to keep the hostel quality. We want to continuously improve it. And again, thanks to the alumni for giving their gracious support, both in terms of funding and also in the presence today. And I would like to mention about Dr. Krishna Chivukula, who graduated in 1970. He M.Tech 70, 68 is his B.Tech, the year I was born. Okay, right? So, so as we all aspire today, friends, I think there are students here. We all want to become more employers rather than employees. I think Krishna Chivukula, Dr. Krishna Chivukula is a very big role model that we would all like to, follow. He set up industry in very core technology, deep core technologies that could make India a crucial supplier for many of the components that go into many important equipments and systems across the world, including aircrafts. I think thank you very much, Krishna Chivukula Jr. for here representing your father. And please convey our deep sense of gratitude to him. And we look forward to his visit to the campus in the near future. Thanks to all, the engineering unit, specifically for putting this together. And the hostel has come out very nicely. And I think this particular room is a concept common room. So I think this hostel is blessed with it. I think we should replicate this in the other hostels. And very importantly, we have also put one name board now of all the alumni who are contributing. So we'd also like all of you to become employers at some point of time, 10 years, 15 years down the line. We would like to see that board growing, right? And thank you all, and have a very pleasant afternoon. And thank you all from Indomim who have made your presence here today. And I'm sure your presence matters quite a bit for us, and all the alumni who have come here in spite of this hot sun. And I'm sure you'll all enjoy the new campus, the vibrating campus, and we will all ensure you that we'll keep your alma mater as vibrating as it was, and it will continue to be. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Before we move forward and hear the other established people sitting here, we now will witness the transformation of our hostel through a special video presentation. Thank you, everyone. Winston Churchill once said, "We make a living with what we get. We make a life with what we give." We would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to all our donors who've made the renovations of these hostels possible. On that note, it's an honor to welcome our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Krishna Chivukula Jr., CEO of Indomim Limited, to share his valuable insights with us.
Thank you very Hello? Thank you very much. I'll try to keep it short today. First of all, I'm honored to be here on behalf of my father, Krishna Chivukula Sr., to witness the inauguration of the hostels. A lot of the things that, how our family approaches business in this country, we have a very view, I think, which is that it's very difficult for a business to operate independently of the society that it's embedded in, right? And this statement means many things to many people, but at a fundamental level, when you achieve a certain amount of material success, technical capability, scale, your ability to give back to the society, I think, is really what helps close that loop for us. Right? For the last decade, we've always been actively, more than a decade, for the past 15 years, the Chivukula family has been intimately involved with many charitable activities and very involved with IIT, I think since about 2014, when we helped fund the satellite launch, or the construction of the microsatellite. Don't remember the name of the satellite, but it's basically designed to go past the Van Allen belts and look for very small perturbations in the electromagnetic field, which could be an early warning signal for earthquakes, right? So earthquake detection. And I think, the scale and the scope and the ambition of such a project shows why IIT should get more support and be supported from its alumni network, right? Because these graduates, just like my father and their children, have gone out into the world and many times gone beyond India, right? In fact, the majority probably, up until the late 90s, early 2000s, were working overseas. And I'm sure there's a better word for it, but what I'm reminded of is the potential offered by China, I'm going to make an analogy, with the sea turtles, right? Now, maybe in India, those that go overseas are the Diwali candles that float up into the air, except their light never went out. They continued to go higher and higher, right? In whatever country you put them in, right? Wherever the opportunity was. Now there's an opportunity for them to come back. And it's why I am so proud to see my father, who is educated here, coming back and not just starting businesses, but looking at how do we facilitate the technical, educational development of basically the most elite engineers that this country has to offer, which is unbelievable. And when you look at how, wherever they've gone, graduates of IIT have been able to move technology, markets, society forward through innovation, through being engineers. Not necessarily going out donating, by being application-oriented, practical, execution-oriented, professionals, entrepreneurs, wherever, across the board, wherever you see their influence in the world, it's significant. Bringing them back and getting them involved in the IIT system, I think, is something that, my father is, maybe an early adopter, but it's something which is very gratifying to see, and it makes me very, very proud as an Indian. So I wish everyone here the best. Our family is very, very proud to be a part of this institution. I'm proud to be a part of it, just the same way as my father feels immense gratitude in his mind and in his heart for the knowledge that he received here, for the perspective and technical knowledge that it gave him, that allowed him to go out into the world and be successful. And it's what allowed him to come back and do this. right? And I think us as a family, we would like to see more of this and do more of this. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for those inspiring words. At this juncture, we would like to highlight the CSR Summit that took place on campus on 17th February 2024. The event was attended by Dr. Parnivel Tyagarajan, Minister of Information Technology and Digital Services of Tamil Nadu, and a remarkable gathering of companies and CXOs, over 30 companies. Indomim Limited was identified as a significant partner for their collaborations with IIT Madras. As we did not have the opportunity on the day of the summit to present you with the award, I request our director to please come on stage with the representatives of Indomim to kindly accept the Innovation Technology Development Award for the year of 2024. We request you to kindly remain on stage. I request Professor Mahesh and Mr. Kaviraj to please come on stage. I request Professor Mahesh to felicitate Mr. Krishna Chivukula Jr. with an Angavastram, and Mr. Kaviraj to please present a memento. Thank you everybody. I now request Dr. Shiv Shankar, VP, Operations Indomim Limited, to kindly address the gathering.
I just made a prepared speech so that I don't forget anything. It gives me great pleasure to be part of this ceremony on renovation of Ganga, Godavari and Jamuna Hostel. And myself, Shri and Mr. Shankarayar represent, and Ravi of course, represent the employees, not only the employees of Indomim, but we also represent IIT Chennai because we are the alumni. When our chairman, I think in 2016, was given a list of projects to choose from, there are several projects, and then the hostel renovation was one of them. And it really immediately touched his heart because he knows that every student who stays in IIT Chennai, their heart actually is more in the hostel than in the classrooms. I'm not saying nothing is in the classroom, but classroom or the lab. But definitely they spend more than 50% of their time in their hostel rooms. And immediately he called Shri and me and then asked him which hostel you guys belong to. And then we just told I stayed in Jamuna and then he stayed in Godavari. And then he told Mr. Shankarayar and say, okay, first renovate our hostels, which is Kaveri, where he stayed. And then he said, then go to Jamuna and then Godavari and then renovate it. This was way back when we started. I studied at IIT Madras between 1990 and 94 in metallurgical and material science and engineering. In the first year, I was basically a hostelite in Jamuna. But then in the second, third, and fourth year, I shifted to a day scholar because my family, my parents basically were living in Krompet. I used to daily commute from Krompet here. It's not that I didn't really like the hostel life. I really liked the hostel life. But then the expenses that time were close to around 600 and probably around 800 rupees a month that used to cost. And that was a lot because my father was already retired. And I was actually, my education was being funded by my brothers and sisters. My brother, Mr. Shekhar, is here. I'm happy that he's here with me. And later on, initially, their sacrifice helped me get educated. And afterwards, my wife, Kiran, and then my kids, Trisha and Spraha, they really supported me to take care of my career. And then here I am as part of Vice President Indomim. IIT Madras not only gave me a good education, they also really supported me I went to US, did my master's and PhD. But they not only, I not only studied here, they actually provided me a merit cum means scholarship. The fees were fully waived off, and I was actually getting 330 rupees a month as a stipend, and that was enough to take care of my expenses. So in short, my education at IIT was actually free. And that makes it more interesting because I'm here as part of Indomim team, able to give back to the institute that gave me everything. Chivukula family donating to IIT Madras or IIT Bombay doesn't really surprise me because way back in 1998, when I met Mr. Krishna Chivukula Senior, and he was interviewing me for this company, I just finished my PhD and I wanted to come back to India. Even that time he said, Shiv, we have to do something in India and we got to make something big in India. And his main goal was, he used to say, let's make Indomim big and profitable so that we can give back in a bigger way. And that is exactly Professor Director Kamakoti also said. So he wanted to provide a lot of employment, and you knew the immense potential of the Indian engineers here. And that is exactly what he is leveraging as a company in terms of all the design, the tooling engineers, and then the metallurgists and the mechanical engineers. Today we employ close to around 4,000 people. The idea of making, as KJ said, the idea of making their employees, their teachers, and the institutes they studied happier, inspired them to make their businesses successful. It's not that they make the business and then they do the charity. They actually do business to actually provide more to the society and help the stakeholders come up. I head the MIM division of Indomim at metal injection molding. And it is an emerging technology. And both KC and KJ as business leaders, they made us dream and achieve world-class levels in manufacturing that every Indian can be proud of. If any of you are in Bangalore, please do not hesitate to come to Indomim because it's one of the world-class facilities in manufacturing that you will ever see. Okay. Better than the world-class facility. While KC started it all, with his inspired, and then he used to say, again in 1998, that we want to be world number one. KJ came and joined us in 2008, and KJ nudged us, Indomim, to be more efficient, more perfect, and more agile. So the father and the son combination is really driving Indomim to the greater levels of success. Today, Indomim is a technology company, which just not mean metal injection molding. We have leadership positions in precision machining that Shri heads for aerospace components, investment casting of air and vacuum melt, metal powder manufacturing for 3D printing and others. And the technology doesn't stop here. Every year we invest at least into 2 or 3 technologies that will make a big difference for India and the globe. What makes this occasion even more happier for me is that the next generation of my family is already part of IIT Chennai. My daughter, Twisha, she is doing her 3rd year bioscience. And my nephew, Abhishek, who is Shekhar's son, he's actually got a very good rank in GATE and he's aspiring to do aerospace engineering MTech. And not only that, for Chennai, we are starting a plant in Chennai, in Sri Pembadur. It's an 18-acre plot. And our general manager, Ravi Bapatla, he's heading the plant and he's also here with us. So on this happy note, I wish the IITM director and everyone, the professors and the students, all happiness and success. And some of the changes that you guys you have introduced, sir, in terms of distance learning and introducing non-technical courses, they are really reaching a lot more people, and I think it's making a big difference. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm going to trouble you again to please join us on stage. I also request Professor Mahesh, our director, and Mr. Kaviraj to please join us on stage in felicitating Dr. Shiv Shankar. Thank you, everyone. I now welcome Mr. Shri Ramachandran, VP Aerospace, to share his thoughts with us.
Good afternoon. When I come here, life has come in full circle. Somehow I get the feeling that I can still hear my room number being called, because whenever we used to get a phone call, the security will come and shout out 320. So somehow that still keeps ringing in my ears. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here. I think Shiv said it very well. KJ has spoken as well. I feel very blessed. Blessed to be part of this institute. Blessed what this institute has given me and my family. And we have a deep sense of gratitude for this institute, as well as for Indomim, our Chivukula family, starting with our chairman, KJ, and his extended family as well. Because what they've given us is an opportunity to be true engineers. That's what I think IIT has done for, I would say for me, and I would probably extend and say for Shiv as well, and for most of the people in this room. The engineering aspect of IIT never goes away. And I did my undergrad here in the year 1989 to 93. I was in the civil engineering department. I did my master's in transportation with an extension into operations research. So then I changed track completely to go into OR. So a lot of deep OR that took me into factory planning. And a lot of factory planning, and I never dreamt that I will be coming and running factories here. Never ever thought. Along the way, I got my MBA from the Wharton School, but it was all piece of cake. Toughest one was going through IIT, or getting into IIT, I should say. Somehow I feel that really changed the life track. And I know I'm speaking for a lot of people here. It has developed some immense confidence in learning anything that life throws at us. And that foundation, I think, is because of this beautiful campus, the professors, the confidence that this campus and the education here has given us. So I want to first thank Dr. Chivukula, our chairman, our CEO, Krishna Chivukula Jr., who, don't mistake me, he says he's CEO, but he's deep operations guy. So he keeps pushing us into production efficiency, productivity improvements on a day in and day out basis. We learn a lot. What we thought as something as mature as precision machining, there is wealth of cost extraction, wealth of cost drive out that we are learning. And even this morning when we were, and productivity and technical innovation that goes with it. So I welcome you, like Shiv did, to come see our factory. We have done our best there. You will see one of the highly automated, highly technical, highly engineered. You will feel very proud being an engineer on that campus. I want to thank the Chivukula family. I want to thank Indomim employees. Literally, Shiv and I represent the Indomim employees when we stand on this dais, and we are being honored to cut the ribbon and all that. It's because of the fantastic team we have back in Bangalore, in different parts of the world. And it's the hard work that all of us do that has helped come back, or help us come back in a full circle here. I want to thank Professor Kamakoti, Dr. Mahesh, and the directors to give us this opportunity. And when I see the funds being put to great use, it gives us immense satisfaction. So I really want to say thanks to everyone here, and with a deep sense of gratitude, and have a great afternoon.
So much for staying back on stage, sir. Our Dean, our Director, and Mr. Kaviraj, we kindly request you to join us on stage and felicitate Mr. Shri Ramachandran. Thank you so much, sir. We have one more special felicitation. For this, I request Professor Bhaskar to kindly join us on stage. And with that, we would like him to felicitate Mr. Shankar Iyer with a memento and an Angavastra. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. It is always an inspiring journey to hear from our alumni. With that, I would like to welcome Professor Bhaskar Ramamurthy as he shares his experience and insights with us. And a Jamuna Hostel resident.
Thank you very much. It's a delight to be here as part of this function to celebrate the inauguration of the culmination of the renovation of 3 hostels, one of which was home for me for 4 years. I want to really thank the Chivukula family, particularly Krishna's father. We don't need to use this junior senior. We have it all in our names. I think. Okay. So his father, whom it was a delight to interact with and know during my term as a director. I really admired him and admire him for his vision and his tenacity, and is still a very, despite all that, very easygoing, light-hearted, and but beneath that there is a resolve of steel. So IIT, of course, as we all have enormous amount of gratitude, and in fact, in a sense, you cannot do anything in return for what IIT has given all of us. These hostels, these old hostels, these older hostels, many alumni have come by, people who have lived here, and they've moved on in life. They've forgotten how it was or something, but the initial reaction is, can't we do something to improve these hostels? Okay. So part of it is, yes, you can, and we have done something, but part of it is a reaction to a very different type of building, which they have not been in or lived in for many years. So, today if we have to design a hostel in any IIT, nobody will allow us to use this much land for one hostel for 400 rooms. This is almost like you can't do it anymore. I personally always think that the plan of these hostels and the living ambience is unmatched. Of course, the hostels were built for a time when the rooms didn't even have fans. When I was a student here in 75 to 80, they never had fans. The rooms were not supplied with fans. A few of us brought a table fan, but most people just kept the doors and windows open and managed. So the rooms are built to actually enable you to live comfortably, reasonably, quite comfortably actually, even though there are no fans. So now, of course, it's a very open architecture. So now, of course, it's difficult if you want to put in some of the, facilities or amenities that people expect. So monkeys will come by, and you have to learn to live with them. If you try to put grill everywhere, it becomes like some kind of a jail. Okay, so how do you deal with all this? This has been a challenge for us. We've been learning how to improve these hostels without making them, sort of very not so pleasant to live in. And, clothes drying. So many issues. I used to be personally involved in trying to see what is the right solution. Many of my colleagues have worked on, some ideas work, some ideas don't work. What doesn't work, we try it in one place and then give it up. That which works, we try to take it everywhere. So one of the big technologies we cracked in the last decade was our toilets. Okay, it's a big problem. How to maintain these things within our constraints and how to do it. And now more or less in the institute-wide, I think it is a solved problem. So there are many things like this. I'm glad that we are getting to, and nobody will say this building is 60 years old. Okay, they were built very well. If you go to other IITs, you'll find everything is crumbling because the construction quality wasn't very good. Here, these buildings were built very well, but they were built to a different plan and for a different era. Now we have to try to, the same thing for the old departments, electrical, mechanical, MSB, ESB, BSB and so on. If you go to ESB right now, I'm sure, I don't know how it is in MSB, I have not gone, but it's a mess because we are trying to again do the same thing there. How do you convert those open style buildings to something more modern? There at least we want to prevent monkeys from coming in because they really make a mess. And we have to now centrally air condition the buildings. How do you do all this now in a retrofitted fashion? So we have been, without pulling it all apart. So this is again a challenge, and I think it's, because all our buildings are in good shape and we want to do this. When I went to Dresden in Germany, I found that they had done that. When East Germany merged with West Germany, many of the buildings in TU Dresden look like our buildings. but they very nicely upgraded them. So I came back with a lesson and said we should try to do that here, and I hope we are succeeding. So I want to thank all of you and want to thank the institute for inviting me. It's very nice to see all this, and I hope to be able to meet Mr. Krishna Chivukula Senior, right, soon. And very glad to meet his son today and all the other Indomim people who are, many of whom are alumni. He seemed to have more or less picked from IIT Madras and populated his company, for which we are very happy, but it's a good thing. And I'm glad they are now coming to Shri with a plant. So thank you very much. Wish you everything.
We also have other esteemed alumni here with us today. Sir, if you would like to please say a few words and...
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, all of you. You must be all wondering who we are. Let me tell you, like in the olden days, when man started life, okay, caveman and all that, you can say, in some way, we are the cavemen of Godavari Hostel. If you see our t-shirts, you can see this was a t-shirt which we specifically prepared for our Golden Jubilee held in 2019. Okay, and at that time we had a huge gathering and campus and many things happened. And one of the most important things that we did was for guys to come and see Godavari Hostel. Because let me tell you, Godavari Hostel has a very special meaning for us, because we were the first residents in 1964 to be in this hostel, and we spent our first year here. In fact, there's a small, bit of information, let me tell you. One of the members of the staff of the Alumni Affairs asked me how we should put our contribution to it. He said, 1969 BTech batch. I said, no, that's not good enough. I said, we must put 1964-69 BTech batch. Because the idea is that 1964 should be in the memory of everybody here. Because that was the year that we started. Now, our batch, for whatever reason, I know I am in touch with other batches and things like that. But Godavari always has a very special meaning for us because all of us were here in the first year. But then, as it so happened, maybe Dr. Ramurthy's experience was a little different. We all moved to different hostels. I, for one, moved 3 years to Tapti. Many of them moved. All our connections were a little broken, different branches, different hostels. But let me tell you, we are, I believe, one of the strongly, aligned batches even today because of Godavari. Even today, ever since, I would say we have a system of reunions of our own, which we plan, execute on our own, right from, in fact, 2009, when we had the Ruby anniversary. We have been meeting every 2 years in different places in India and abroad as well. And a very remarkable thing is in January 2024, we had a reunion in Vizag. Okay? Believe it or not, what do you think was the name of that banquet hall? Godavari Hall. So you can see that Godavari has got so much of significance for me and my batch here. I can also tell you, like for example, I was in room 314, Gopi here, 210,
209, yeah.
208, right?
208,
yeah. In fact, many times.
Room numbers.
Yeah. And, I have come, thanks to Sujata, I have come many times over the last few months looking at the progress of Godavari Hostel and its development. I've been asking, when is it going to be ready? When is it going to be finished? And things like that. And I'm so glad that we are here today to see the work which has been done. And I'm also grateful to the Chivukula family for the fantastic contribution that they have made. Of course, ours is, you can say, a modest contribution, but still significant. So, with these few words,
the toilets have come out very well.
yeah. And also, of course, what Dr. Bhaskar mentioned about no fans, yes, that was the story of our days. And one more thing which I would like to mention, I used to stay in 314, which is on this side of the hostel, which was the top floor in those days. And believe me, in 65, when we had our final exam, if you know, 65 we had the Indo-Pak War, institute was closed, we had to come back in May for our final exams. And believe me, sitting on the top floor, trying to study for the final exam, I might have lost 5% in my marks for the first year because of the heat. One more important thing I want to mention, since I used to be on this side, was that we had the Inter-IIT sports meet in 1964, December, which was our first entry into the Inter-IIT meet. The skating rink was built in time for the 1964 Inter-IIT meet. But I don't think there was any event which was conducted there. But I think IIT just wanted to finish it and finish that facility. So,
in all this, we are missing the canteen, mess. That used to be a great place for all of us to meet and chat. All of us to meet and chat 3 times a day. No, I don't know how the people get together, go to Himalaya Mess and have it. I have no idea.
Yeah, I am actually overwhelmed because when I walk back to the Godavari Hostel today, it is so beautifully renovated. But in my heart, I still have the old hostel in mind and the feelings of homecoming really. And as you mentioned, the canteen was something which we miss today. Canteen, we used to have a gang. Before lunch or before dinner, we used to go for a walk. Pre-dinner walk. Similarly, after dinner, JS was there and many people were there. We used to go for a walk. So the hostel canteen used to be a central point of gathering. The tables, it will decide the groups. So there will be a lot of chit-chatting and everything. Today, I don't know. Probably Swiggy has taken over and probably a canteen, central canteen. But it's not the same thing. That's something which I miss. Otherwise, it's a very, very great renovation, the great, really the appreciation of technology and whatever is seen in the way it has been done. I am very thankful to the family as well as to everyone who has done this and who has provided us an opportunity to see and recollect some of the earlier days. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'd just like to close this, with one thing which we want to say is we wish all the incoming residents a good life in Godavari Hostel and also in future years to come. And I hope personally, I wish Tapti Hostel also gets renovated because I spent 3 years there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was definitely enlightening to hear the caveman stories and our recent stories. We give a big round of applause again to our alumni and to our donors who are here today. Thank you very, very much for that. We now have Professor Sannasi Raj, Chairman of the Engineering Unit, to please join us on stage and address the gathering.
Very good afternoon to all. I welcome you. I join with Professor Magesh and our director to welcome you all. And a special thanks to the Chivukula family for giving a very new look to our hostels. And of course, many things were talked about it. And I think all these 3 hostels were constructed in 1964. And this is 6 decades old. So typically civil engineering, we say 50 years is their life. And even myself, I was in Tapti in early 90s. The look of our hostels are remained same. I think our institute has been meticulously maintaining in terms of their infrastructure. But needless to say, in the last 2 decades has changed a lot of our lifestyle. No longer the basic infrastructure is enough. So we need more, I will not say modern look, it's a necessary at present. So in that way, so even though we have been maintaining the structure-wise, infrastructure-wise, and of course I need to add, and even though our modern hostels are totally different, but modern hostel does not have this rich space, very free movement. We are definitely missing it. We could not provide it also. And maybe we can also blame in the name of the monkeys. We are totally closing like a jail look. But in that way, I really love the present campus. And again, one more aspect, I will not say it's worldwide. Many of the universities across the other thing, they don't have campus facilities for residents. So they have to go out and search for that. So in that way also we are very, very unique. And in terms of the renovation, of course, the first thing what we came to our mind is the toilet. Of course, we made not only in hostels and academic, on all the fronts, we made it very state-of-the-art facilities at the toilet, and also in addition the all the floorings, we made it very friendly in the sense that it's a new look. So while the proposal was made, and initially we thought as engineering we take care of all maintenance and also the infrastructure, and it's thought of a renovation, but immediately we recognized that we ought to think beyond the renovation, conventional renovation. So then really work hard, and of course Professor Mahesh was the driving force behind us to drive what needs to be done. Luckily we could able to make specifications. I have to thank the contractors. They thought beyond the things, they created Mr. Sambat. And I want to mention 2 persons, one from engineering unit, while a big team has worked on that, entire castle team headed by Dharmarajan, super engineer, and Dr. Ramachandran, and Perumal initially, then Rajavel, and Sarala, and many big team. And engineering unit on Shiv Shankar, our engineer, and from the contractor side, Dinesh Kumar, they have done their heart and soul to make it this rich look. I thank all of them, and I thank you again. Thanks.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for giving us an in-depth view. So as we now come to the close of the event, I request Professor Malika Arjun, Chairman of CCW, to please present the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to all of you. I'm standing here to propose the vote of thanks. First of all, I would like to extend my heartful gratitude to each and every one of you for gracing this occasion. Our sincere thanks to our esteemed Director, Professor Kamakoti, and the previous Director, Professor Bhaskar Ramurthy, for their visionary leadership and unwavering commitment to the development of our institute. We are also deeply thankful to Dean and Alumni Corporate Relations, Professor Mahesh Panchagnula, for his valuable support and dedication towards connecting alumni and the institute. Special thanks to the Chivukula family for their significant contributions and involvement in our initiatives. Last but not the least, we extend our gratitude to distinguished donors, alumni who have generously contributed to our cause and continue to inspire us with their achievements. Your presence here today is the testament to our ongoing commitment to the success of our institution, and we are truly grateful for your constant support. Finally, I would like to express our sincere thanks and appreciation to everyone involved in making today's event a grand success, especially the engineering unit and alumni office and CCW office. Your support and participations are invaluable to us, and we look forward to continue our journey together towards excellence. Once again, I thank all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So this, ladies and gentlemen, has been an enriching event filled with insightful addresses, heartfelt speeches, and inspiring moments. We thank you all, our esteemed speakers and attendees, for being here with us today and making this event a memorable one. And for that, I request you all to please give yourselves a big round of applause for being here with us on the inauguration ceremony of our 3 hostels. Thank you, everyone. As we come to a close, I request you all to please stand for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे